We have seen a couple of stumpings go a-begging in this series and a couple of stumpings made. We saw a chance for Johnny Bairstow in this innings to enact the stumping here of Sarfraz. In real time, that looks very, very impressive, Matt. It looks very, very quick back to the stumps. But if you compare and contrast that with the way the Pakistan keeper Sarfraz did it when he stumped Ian Bell, what are the difference? And just to emphasise the point, this is not to nail Johnny Bairstow, this is to talk about the elite level of the game.
Absolutely. This is the fine margins you're looking at. And when you do your training, your preparation, it's this technique right now. So this is a great picture here. Both keepers have the ball in their hand. The picture we want to show is what do they now do? How long does it take to get the ball back to the stumps? If you have a look at Sarfraz, who's on the left, he doesn't give it all, and the ball goes straight back to the bails or to the stumps, takes the bails off very quickly. Johnny Bairstow just has that little bit of give. He actually comes up slightly, and that takes the time to then come back to the stumps, which, in these with small margins, is the difference between out or not out, because the batsman was out of his crease for a time. The best I've seen of this is MS Dhoni. He just does not move his hands at all. And there's a lot of it where you have to prejudge where the ball's going. The other thing I would say is it's a difference in stumping. The leg spinner away from the right-hander, Sarfraz would have had more time to see where the ball's coming and commit to the stumping, whereas when a batsman's sweeping, you do get a bit of a shock. But again, going to the practice ground, that's what you're training. You're training yourself not to have that sudden up and jerk that then stops you or takes time out of you getting the ball back to the bails.
Well, just to be clear, that I mean the point of the speed from taking the ball back to the stumps, because now stumpings are all done by these cameras and it's all frames per second.
The detail that you go into is that I've had at the training ground a camera videoing me and working on different techniques and counting each frame and which way is quicker. So even you go back to the argument of taking the ball in front of the stumps for a runner.
Yeah.
The reason you do that is if you do it well, and you have to do it well, it is quicker, and that's proven by testing how many frames it takes to get the ball back to the stumps. So this is no different with the stumping, and it is quicker to actually not give. So everyone says give with the ball. Yeah. Actually, that's not entirely true, because if you want the stumping, and we are talking a half chance, you can't give because it takes too much time to get the ball back to stump.
The danger is it that if you want to go so quick, you just punch it back down the pitch.
Well, this is it, and that's why I really struggled with it, because you are trying to prejudge where the ball's going. You don't want to snatch the ball, and that's as you're going at the ball. Actually, you need to catch it first.
Yeah.
Because if you drop the ball in the first place, well, the stumping's gone anyway. Yeah. So there's no point. So it is something you have to practice and put a lot of time into. And again, this isn't to criticise Johnny Bairstow, because actually it was a very good take, but it just shows where his development can go to improve as a wicketkeeper.
Is there a little drill in terms of catching and not giving that you used to do?
Yeah, there are a number of drills you can do. You can even use medicine balls, because ultimately it's a transfer of weight. It's a transfer of energy. So as the ball's coming into you, your energy is obviously going backwards. Now what you're having to do is transfer your energy going forwards. Now that actually doesn't come from your hands, it comes from your legs. So what you're doing is actually giving with your body, but then it's this hip movement that drives your arms back to the ball.
If I just back up and stand next to camera too, can I just you're going to put the gloves on again.
I haven't done this for a while. I need them. I can't catch without gloves, mate.
Those soft hands.
Right, I'm not going all the way down.
No. So I just
the drill is
boom. Yeah. So that's the hip drive.
I've given a little bit too much there. Easy, just take the bells off her.
You've given a little bit too much on that one.
Exactly. So what Johnny Bairstow has done is he's in this position. He's actually got a bit of a fright. He's given, come back, and then to the stump. What you're looking for is almost
straight down.
So you're going straight down. So actually, your movement is going forward now before you've caught the ball. So actually, it's not catching the ball, then giving, then coming back. You're actually judging where the ball's, you're tracking the ball, and as it comes through, you're almost going to the stumps before you've caught it.
Yeah. The other thing is you've got a batsman in front of you who's wishing away with him.
Well, that's again what makes it difficult, because you don't want to prejudge too much, because if he is out of his crease and you're going forward at the ball, there is a risk of dropping it. Stumping's gone anyway. So it's something you need to practice, you need to work on it. As I say, the best at it I've ever seen is MS Dhoni, and he gets those half chances.